So Jesus says this, I am the gate, and whoever enters by me will receive salvation from the dangers of the night. But when the morning comes, you can go out and find fresh adventures and green pastures. So abundant life, it equals both security and freedom, and it is for you. It is for you. It is through Christ that we enter into this communion with the source of all life. And that's the key point, that if we want to be more fully alive, the way that you experience that is to live in communion with the source of all life. Rowan Williams, the former Archbishop of Canterbury, is one of my favorite interpreters of this idea. He says, the deepest springs of our humanity are found in relationship with the triune God. And from that communion, everything else begins to find its proper place. Work doesn't have to be the source of our life. It can just be our job. Success doesn't have to be the source of our life. It can be something that we enjoy instead of something that we use to prove ourselves. Money doesn't have to be the source of our life. It can be a tool of our security instead of our security. Marriage doesn't have to be the source of our life. It can be a good gift instead of our salvation. Children don't have to be the source of our life. They can be a gift instead of our identity. Every created thing finally finds its proper place as a gift from God rather than the source of our life. Nothing has to bear the weight of being the source of our life anymore because the source of our life is found through Christ in God. And you get to live from that place in communion with the source of all life and receive peace and joy and love from God, and then enjoy the good gifts that God wants to give you. Jesus is the gate, and he wants to give you access to the abundant life of God now. And his invitation is very simple. Enter into abundant life through me. And you're like, what's the catch? Like, how much do I have to pay for that? You don't have to pay anything. It's all free. Woo! Yeah. You guys are like, man, this guy. At the end of John's gospel, he says, I just love this. He says, you guys may wonder why I wrote all these things down. He says, I want to tell you, I've written all these things down so that you may believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that through believing, you may have life in his name. Now, I was looking back at the calendar, and I've been preaching in this church for 12 years. And some of you may be thinking, what is he trying to tell us? Like every Sunday he talks. What does he want to tell us? And so I want to tell you this, borrowing John's words. Everything that I'm saying up here is so that you might come to entrust your life to Jesus, who is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that entrusting your life to him, that you might have access to life, real life. And you take the pressure off everything else to have to be it all for you. And you just get to live your life. You stop asking success to tell you who you are. And you stop asking money to make you secure. And you stop asking your work or your marriage or your children or your reputation to bear the weight that they cannot bear. You just receive good gifts from God, but you receive your life from Christ. That's it.